Yeah, the final moment when the boys left the cave, obviously there's a big sigh of relief. Everybody knew that big home run had been hit, but at the same time there was still cautious optimism only because we still had 4 Thai Navy SEALs that were still back there that we were waiting on. We knew the mission wasn't over yet when the last boy came out. Well, 3 of the SEALs, there's 4 of them back there, 3 of them made their way into Chamber 3, and about the same time we got the word that the pumps that had been running nonstop shut off for an unknown reason, and the water levels back in Chamber 3 started rising, which would have cut off our access back to Chambers 2, 1, and then out of the cave. And that's an abort criteria for our guys, and so when that water level started rising, everybody started grabbing their kit and they were ready to get out. Thankfully, that last SEAL popped up at the last moment, and everyone was able to get out of Chamber 3 safely and make their way out, and mission complete. It was a really exciting ending to an awesome mission. Absolutely, we had that thought the whole entire time. We also understood, though, that we didn't have the option to not attempt this. Once it was confirmed with proof of life that the 12 soccer players and their coach were back in Chamber 9, we knew that we had to effect some sort of a rescue. So even though the odds seemed impossible, what I've always been taught is to take risk and be bold when the situation calls for it. In this situation, it absolutely did. Yeah, so from day one when we got here on Thursday the 28th, we linked up with the UK dive team, we linked up with the Thai Special Forces Regiment and the Thai Navy SEALs. We linked up with a conglomeration of divers from Europe, the federal police out of Australia, the Chinese had a cave rescue team here, and it took every single one of us putting our heads together, pushing aside any sort of political or cultural differences, and just doing our best to find a solution to this. So what I take away from this is just how much can be accomplished with teamwork, because it was pretty impressive seeing all those entities working together. Well, understand that to get them out, we had to put them on positive pressure, full face masks, and so we couldn't see their faces. They were in these flexible litters that we call skedcos that kind of wrap around them so they're unable to move. There were multiple rescue personnel that were carrying them out. So I don't want to give you a non-answer, but there's no way that you could tell the emotions of the kids, but I know they were absolutely happy to be out of that cave system. Well, understand that all the divers, well, I should say none of the divers spoke Thai, so there was definitely a language barrier there. The messages that we were getting from the kids when they were back in the chamber was that they were ready and willing to do this, that they were brave, and that obviously they didn't want to be there any longer, and they were volunteering to get out. There's definitely some concern there, and so I'd have to refer you to the Thai authorities to let you know exactly how that worked out. But yeah, there was some anti-anxiety medication that was used, and they did really well. I think it worked out perfectly in this situation. So there's obviously heightened emotional tensions the whole entire time that we were there. Thankfully, the Thai culture is such an optimistic culture that it helped to balance out those emotional lows. The emotional tenor outside the cave was one of volunteerism. There's so many people that came to help, whether that was with giving, setting up food vending stations or little tiny coffee shops, or socks for the people that had super muddy feet. All of that was provided for free, and the environment was just one of everybody coming together to make this a success. No, we've never been trained for something like this. We obviously are trained as rescue specialists. That's something that Special Tactics does frequently, and we're trained to do dive rescues and cave rescues, but we're not trained to do cave dive rescue missions. So at the end of the day, you just have to rely on the training that you're given and how we approach problems methodically and logically, and try to push away any emotion and look at it from that lens of what are the circumstances and what do we absolutely need to do to make this a success?